Hello and welcome to Me and My Golf. We're your coaches, Andy and Pierce, and it's the time of the week again where we answer your questions in our Q&A. Pierce, what do we have in store?
Andy, loads today. We're talking short game, setup, distance, and even the mental game. Let's take charge of your game.
So another week goes by and lots of fantastic questions coming in, so make sure you keep them coming, post them down below, and hopefully we can help your game next week. We want to get us through as many of these questions as we can every single week, so let's get straight to it. Right, first question, Pierce, from, let me get this right, Narayan Tripanthura. There we go.
Brilliant.
How can we
Good effort,
consistently
by the way.
stand the right distance from the golf ball? This is a question that we get asked quite a lot, standing the right distance away.
Yeah, okay, so I think the best way you can look to do this is you need to understand what it looks like yourself, so what you look like. So get a mirror behind or some patio windows is the first thing I'd recommend. So let's get you into an athletic posture and setup first of all. So we're going to get you to stand tall, tip forward from your hips, soften the legs, and then let your arms relax. Now you can see from here I'm in an athletic position. Now you'll notice when I'm doing this my arms are hanging, but the biceps are just sort of connecting against my chest. So I've got these biceps just against the chest there. Now from there we just feed the golf club into the hands. So if you think about this, I'm in athletic posture, weight is in the middle of my feet and my arms are hanging in front of me. That's what we want it to look like. Now you just need to replicate that onto the golf ball. So, I mean, look, for me, it's easy for me to do because I've done it so many times, but all you need to do is, let's get you into this really nice posture, hover the club, and then just shuffle your way into the golf ball. And then from there, I didn't change my arm position at all. I just let my arms hang naturally. And then from here, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, and it's amazing when you ask people to check in the mirror and they actually just look back in the mirror and you say, do you notice anything that's wrong with that? And they say, oh, I might look a little tall, I might be a little far away, I might have too much bend.
Yep.
So you'll generally get an idea by looking at what is a good posture. So do that as much as you can.
Exactly.
Okay, let's hit shot, Pierce, just on
Hit
this
one?
one. Good
Okay.
posture. Let's show the guys at home what a good posture looks
All
like.
right.
And hopefully what a good shot looks like.
I hope so. Okay. Oh, it was a bit heeling, a little bit left. It's coming back. Maybe it was a good posture that made up for that bad swing.
There we go. Okay, next question. I'm a beginner golfer and have gone from a slice to a hook. How can I fix this? Now, Pierce, over the years we've hosted some beginner classes.
Yep.
And we see a common thing that tends to cause beginners to hit the golf ball left,
Yes.
don't we? Just talk us through it.
And it often happens to start with as well.
Yeah.
They often become slicers after they become people who hook the golf ball to the left. But a lot of it is, and we just talk to people all the time about this, whether you're a beginner golfer or an advanced golfer, having control of how your wrists work in your golf swing is crucial. So being aware. What we will see with the beginner golfer when they start hooking it, and obviously the advanced golfer, is that the lead wrist starts to what we call bow, or the science term for that is flex too much. So we can see the lead wrist is bowing. So I'm getting this shape here. Look what it's doing to the club face. It's altering the position of the club face. So we would call that a very strong or closed club face position. Now, naturally, by the time that club wants to get back to the golf ball now, you can see that it's pointing a lot more to the left. So what we need to do is change the wrist position. Okay, it's a very general way of looking at this. This is the most common thing that we see. So as opposed to getting the hand coming down, the knuckles pointing down like that, and the bowing in the wrist, let's see if we can actually get a little bit more sort of rotation at wrist. You almost got a little bit of a cup in that lead wrist. My knuckles and my back of my hand are pointing out in front of me, and look at the club face position. Very, very different.
Definitely. So just allowing that club to sort of rotate in the backswing will help. And like you say, when the club gets facing down towards the ground, it's so easy to get the ball hooking left, isn't it?
And this is your checkpoint. Before you hit a golf shot, back to there, have a look, and then get ready to hit. So I'll do that now and hit a shot?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
So I'm going to go good setup, and then from there one waggle just to check it. I like it, and then I'm ready to go.
I always hit my worst shots when the pace of play is slow and I have to wait for the group ahead. How do I stay warmed up and positive when you have extended waits between shots? It sounds like he's getting a little annoyed. It can happen when you're waiting between shots, but there's no point, is that you've got to sort of keep focused and keep on going.
Okay, I think the question you need to ask yourself is, can you influence how other people are playing? Generally not, so you can't worry about it. I know it sounds simple thing to do.
You can shout at them, Pierce.
You can shout at them, throw things, even hit your shot at them. No, don't get doing that. So look, obviously you need to be able to switch off. So in between those shots, can you turn your concentration off? Now what you obviously need to be able to do though when it's time to play your shot is to turn that concentration on. So this is a trick that we use with a lot of our golfers. A lot of top players have done this. I remember Louis Oosthuizen did something like this for concentration when he won the Open back in 2010, was it? I think it was. Louis Oosthuizen at St Andrews? Maybe, I may be wrong there, but I think it was then. So he had a yellow dot. I've got a black dot on my glove. So this black dot here, that is the switch. That is the on-off switch. So let's just say that you've played your shot, you know, you're going to walk up to your golf ball, but you want to turn the concentration off. So you hit the button, you turn it off, and then you do anything you like. You talk to Andy, you talk to your playing partners, you talk about the football last night, the cricket, the baseball, whatever. When it's time then for you to play your shot, hit that button there, and the concentration gets turned on. Now I know obviously it sounds a little bit strange, but if you can condition this to the on-off switch and getting your mind ready, so as soon as you press that button to turn your concentration on, you now know that your job is to do a good pre-shot routine to hit your shot. That's all you're going to do. So as soon as you turn the concentration on, it's a good pre-shot routine and deliver the shot. As soon as you hit that button to turn it off, you do what you like.
Switch off, and I think a lot of people do not switch off on the golf course, and you're out there to have fun as well. Make sure if you do play golf after you've hit your shot, just switch off and have a chat with the lads and enjoy the game a bit more. Samuel.strib, hi Andy and Pierce, I just wanted to know who's the best player you guys have played with.
Best player who ever played with? Andy Pradman, obviously. I suppose, I mean, we played with some very good players over the years. I'm trying to think, you know what, I mean, we played a lot of golf obviously with Aaron Rye, very good. I was in the era of when Robert Rock was playing the same events that I was playing in. Robert Rock, great player, better swinger, I think maybe, you know, probably the best golf swinger. I think I've said before in Q&As who's got the best golf swing, I've said Robert Rock. But the best game of golf I've ever experienced whilst playing with them was in Open qualifying. This was a long time ago with a guy called David Griffiths, who was on Walker Cup at the time as an amateur. He shot 8 under par, and I've never had so much fun watching someone play golf. It was so impressive. It was fairway green, and it was either 2 putts or a single putt. Very, very impressive. So yeah, David Griffiths for me.
Yeah, I think Aaron, he's got to be up there because he's so impressive to watch. Aaron is now so consistent. I actually I remember there's a guy, Darren Prosser, actually another golf coach from the UK. I was really impressed when I played with Darren, and he's just tempo, again a great golfer for a long period of time. So he always stands out to me there. But the best round, and probably the best round I've played, was a guy called Cameron Clark, again another local guy who shot 60 in a PGA Midland event, and he had a putt on the last for a 59. So he shot, I think it was 10 under his shot. It was an incredible round of golf, really. So again, that was an impressive round to watch. So I'd say, yeah, good, that was probably one of my best rounds I've played with.
Very good player. Okay, Lockie.Bevis, how can I hit the driver longer?
Hit it as hard as you can, that's what I say. Okay, well look, think about this. I mean, hitting the driver longer, there's 3 main ways. Let's go through the 3 main ways. First of all, the driver that you are using needs to be optimized to suit your game. There's so many golfers out there, Pierce, that we still play with, have got the driver that doesn't really suit their game. So the right loft, the right shaft, the right makeup, and even the right weighting in the head there to make sure you're getting the most out of it. Then obviously you've got the technique. This is where we come in more so. You know, making sure your angle of attack is good, the dynamic loft that you're creating at impact, your face to path is good also. All these things influence the amount of ball speed that you're going to get. And again, another thing obviously is strike. Location on the face is really important for that also. So you've got your technique as well. Third thing really then is club head speed. You know, speed is going to its potential distance.
Yes.
You know, so increasing the club head speed, yes, definitely with technique, but also mainly, let's say, your fitness and your physical capabilities really. So your gym work and the stuff that you do to increase the actual speed that this is swinging.
Yeah, it's hard to change someone's club head speed through technique. It can be done. I had a guy yesterday who improved a lot, but generally it's hard. The gym is the best place to do it.
Definitely, yeah.
So should we get hitting one?
Yeah.
Now, the one thing I would say here is obviously we know that Andy's driver is fitted to him. We know that his launch conditions are pretty good if he wants to optimise it. He knows how to do that. One thing I would say, gradual acceleration. A lot of people, when they try to hit it hard, they try to hit it hard from the get-go. So let's get you a gradual build of power in the backswing and then letting it go.
Definitely, yeah.
With a smooth transition.
So yeah, look at those 3 things, guys. Mainly, get yourself a driver fitting. Make sure you have a lesson and work on your technique. If you can do a bit of fitness work, then great. And this one here, this little tip here that might give you a little bit more yardage as well. So you'll see a smoother acceleration on the way back, but I'm still going to hit it pretty hard. And that one's
Take that. You guys do a great job taking the complicated concepts and making them easy to understand. Any tips for course management to make sure you are hitting from angles and distances which suit your golf game?
Okay, so let's go through a few things then. Being as we're on the tee, Piers, let's talk about tee position.
Yep.
A lot of people, again, neglect this. They just sort of stand up on the tee, put it in the middle and then go. First of all, you need to look at the hole, see what sort of trouble's out there. Now on this hole, we've got a tree left, we've got the flag on the right. So it makes sense for myself, I need to be teeing the golf ball over there. So you need to actually look at what the hole is first. But you then need to think about the shape that you hit. If you're a fader of the golf ball who likes to get it working from left to right, then generally more over to the right-hand side of the tee is going to help, because it's going to open up the left side of the fairway and move away from the right side. And obviously if you're a drawer or tend to get a little bit hooky off the tee, then aiming or getting yourself positioned on the left side of the tee opens up more of the right side to you to play that shape. So that's a key thing also. One thing, Piers, that we see amongst golfers, and this is more to do with sort of knowing your distances, is playing to your strengths really. Now let's say you're on a par 5 and you've got, it's going to play as a 3-shotter. Laying up to a number that you're comfortable with is really key. Let's say you want to lay up to under the 100-yard mark. Now, if you're terrible from 35 to 40 yards, why get it anywhere near that? You know, think about actually what club you would like to hit from what distance. Let's say you like the 70-yard shot, then find out what club is going to leave you 70 yards and play the club to that spot. And I think from the golfers that we coach, Piers, a lot of them don't really give that second shot a thought. They just see it's a long way, they pull out the 3-wood and hit it and try and get as close as possible, and they leave themselves a yardage that they absolutely hate. So think about it a little bit more and play to a yardage that you really like.
I think, you know, that's coming on to the tip that I would give on that so many people get on the tee and just hit their longest club, their driver, to get it down there as far as possible. Well, have a think about what you want into the next shot. I mean, in our experience, a lot of people practice 150 yards at the range. You know, they hit 7 irons, 8 irons, 6 irons, whatever it takes to be 150, and they become pretty good at that. Why don't you get on the tee and try and hit off the tee that distance and leave yourself 150 into the green? You're definitely going to help. One thing I would say on this hole here, for us, it probably is a fade because we can get it down the left. If you're a drawer of the golf ball if you're someone who's a little bit shorter and you play a draw, then you can tee up on the left-hand side and definitely strafe it down and give yourself the best way to play this hole. So even on a hole like this, which is pretty straight, the trees make you think about the shape of it, but then you need to look at the distance that you actually hit the golf ball. Eddie Moocher, could you please advise on short game, just on and off around the greens? I'm finding I'm either topping the ball or getting too much underneath the golf ball.
Okay, right. Common one this is. So it's either getting too much underneath the golf ball, so the club's bottoming out too early, ground first, or what happens if he doesn't quite catch the ground, the club is sort of hitting on the way up, topping the golf ball and going through the back of the green. So it sounds like there's not enough down on his chip shots. He's hitting too much up. Now, this is probably one of the most common reasons we see this. If I take my setup here to this one here on the 14th, now what tends to happen, what we see a lot of is, first of all, a lot of golfers try and help the ball up in the air. But what this often causes is, as we swing through, we see the club wanting to swing more up the target line, almost straight towards the flag. And a lot of golfers try and do this, swing the club in the direction of where the flag is. Now the problem is here, we see also, as we do this, the weight stays back on the trail foot, club bottoms out, and we're hitting up on the ground.
So you've got a very shallow attack into the ground, and you're actually on the back foot as well. You're going to duff it or you're going to top it through the back.
Exactly. So a great thing to maybe think of, and this is what we get all of our students to really feel, is that from here we want the club to swing a little bit more up on the way back, but as we swing down, we want the club to actually move in from the target line. So as I do this now, you'll see the club moving in from the target line, not towards the target. And as I do this, my chest rotates, the weight goes onto the lead side, and that allows for a nice slight downward hit and avoids those thins and duffs, which are just killers in the round.
So do you want to play one, Andy?
Yeah, play one.
So if we see people, if people tell us they're struggling with strike, this drill here works perfect for them. It's not even really a drill, it's just a good concept to have when playing a chip shot.
Definitely. You're going to find you can get that nice solid strike on the golf ball as opposed to that fin that you get that sails through the back of the green. So let's do one more. And you can see how my club's finished on that one. Left, my body's facing the target, the weight's on the front leg, and there's a tapping.
And the strike was actually very, very good. Well done. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Now, we absolutely love doing these Q&As. We get loads of questions from yourselves, so don't forget to post them down below. And also hit that subscribe button for more content like this every single week.
Yes, and for the best tip of today, make sure you check out our website, meandmygolf.com. It has loads of great content, including a video series going live this month to help your short game. Click the link in the corner and we'll see you there.